Today I'm going to discuss the state of the economy because I did not do it in my previous press releases. As was stated by the Minister of Justice, this government is faced with great financial challenges. However, despite this fact, we must remain both positive and resolute in our determination to overcome these challenges, and we must therefore govern accordingly. My goal as the minister responsible for TIAT is to make the necessary decisions that will ensure the continued growth of our economy. I shall review the developments over the past year and determine the course of action to be taken going forward in 2016. One of the key economic indicators is the gross domestic product of the GDP. The performance of the economy during 2015 based on analysis to date, and it shows a decline compared to 2014. The figures, they did not provide me with the figures, but I will inform the press on a later date. One of the key economic indicators, as I stated, is the gross domestic product. Reason for the decline of this GDP are as follows. The decrease in performance of the hotel and restaurant sector, the retail and wholesale sector, and the construction sector. As you have known yourself, these sectors were not doing very well, and there were not much activities. The slower export of goods and services for 2015 compared to 2014, that showed a decline as well. The decrease in government investments by approximately 36 million over the period compared to 2014. Government investment had shown a decrease as well. The decrease in tourism revenues due to the decrease in arrival of boat crews and stayover passengers. Another economic indicator is the inflation. Due to the falling oil price in the global market, inflation on St. Martin experienced a 0.05% decrease from 1.9 in 2014 to an estimated 1.4 in 2015. This declining trend is expected to continue in 2016. The rate of unemployment, another economic indicator, remained stable at 9.2% in 2015. The Ministry of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication will focus on getting the economy back on track by ensuring that the Tourism Authority is established, where we can focus on marketing and get our tourist product up to par. Another plan is to focus on destination marketing, marketing those destinations that are profitable, and they will bring visitors to the island during the lower seasons as well. I will be assisting to alleviate the financial challenges that we are currently being confronted with by seeking to implement income-generating measures such as establishing of casino entrance fees, ensuring that all operating businesses have the required licenses, ensuring that proper controls are conducted on car rental businesses operating illegally, operating with French number plates on the Dutch side, because I've stated we've seen a lot of companies having a license from the French side and are operating on the Dutch side, and are not paying anything to the coffers of this government. Actually, we're busy looking into the car rental policies, and tomorrow at 3 o'clock I have a meeting with the department to see how many car licenses are there, how many are operational, and how many of those are really operating legally on this island. I have also signed off on a moratorium for bus and taxi licenses. The request that I received showed about 384 requests that were declined. Based on this analysis, we are also busy we are busy looking into the transportation policy and see how we can regulate this better with bus taxis, car rentals, tour buses, because most of us, if you look outside, you will see more buses, more taxis than visitors.
I signed the ministerial resolution appointing Mavis Brooks Solomon, Mr. R. Groeneveld, R.J. Ardine, Judge Bob Witt, Ms. Patricia Phillips, and Mr. Gaston Bell as the committee who has been charged with the plans to be able to have a law school started on St. Martin. They've been charged to make the report and bring it back to the government in 90 days. They will have to hire some experts to assist in preparing this plan and the foundation for the law school. And since we have no money, and we have to be very strict with that, there are certain things we can afford and certain things we cannot afford. I know somebody has called me Mr. No, because everything is no, 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 no. But again, I say, we can only spend what we have. We can't spend what we have, and we don't have the funds for this, to finance this law school at this point in time. Funds will have to be generated, and I'm looking forward to the public, hotels, insurance company, banks, who I'm asking for assistance to fund the costs and expenses that the committee is going to have in preparing this report in the next 90 days. Finally, I'd like to mention that the budget went to the Council of Advice. The Council of Advice made its comments. Those comments we have reworked into the budget. That budget tomorrow, that revised budget after the comments made by the Council of Advice will be coming back to the Council of Ministers tomorrow, and hopefully by Friday the budget will reach Parliament.
I'm feeling funny, man. I feel like I'm getting a pain in my chest.
I got this.
You sure?
Yes. It's 30 breaths and 2 compression. Give her air.
Oh, Monique, look, she waking up.
No, Fernand. It is not 30 breaths and 2 compressions. It is 30 compressions and 2 breaths. CPR can be done in 3 simple steps. Step 1, check and call. Step 2, press down or pump. Step 3, blow.
I got it now. It's 30 compression and 2 breaths.
Yes.
Right. CAB.
Hey, Bob, you're on family vacation. Oh, but your daughter's got the measles. But don't worry about it. With your Be Sure travel insurance, children under 12 are covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free. Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
Alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
That I held, I gave erroneous information, so I wanted to correct that. I mentioned that the amount for the studying in the region was in euros and it's actually guilders. So I wanted to clarify that it's 329,000 guilders, not euros. And also I saw the media had printed that we were working on a drug policy, and that was a bit of a a paraphrase of what I'd said, so I would like to clarify that the ministry is working on a discipline policy, which includes drugs as well. So it's not a drug policy separate from the discipline policy. It's looking at discipline in its entirety, and it touches on many different areas. And at this point, we are looking to start an awareness campaign using the Division of Student Support Services, Youth Affairs, as well as Turning Point, who has been in contact with us to get information via the media, social media, as well as holding information sessions in schools so that parents and students are aware of some of the issues that our young people are dealing with and giving them the tools to deal with it in a positive manner. Thank you for the opportunity, Marsha.
Madam Chair, we have 4 motions we're going to present at this time. I'll read them in the order, not necessarily the way you presented them there, but I believe it's important that the people of St. Martin have an idea as to exactly what it is we are presenting to them. The first motion, Madam Chair, reads as follows. The Parliament of St. Martin, in its public meeting of today, Wednesday, January 27, 2016, considering that a daily and quick ferry connection between the islands will create a true water highway for passengers, cars, and trucks between the islands, and thus will provide an unprecedented new dimension to the economic development of the islands, with an expected positive impetus, including activity, employment, and tourism. That as a result of the agreement list of the Interparliamentary Kingdom consultations held in St. Martin in 2012, motions were adopted in the respective parliament as well as in the second chamber, with the purpose to investigate the feasibility of a fast ferry connection for transportation of people and goods between Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, and that subsequently a memorandum of understanding was signed by officials from Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. That there is now a concrete and detailed plan on the table, of which a presentation was given during the IPCO held in Aruba in January 2015. That given the interest in the Windward Islands and the result of their mass experiences and knowledge of the current feasibility study, the scope of the project, the creation of water highways between the islands, can be expanded. After all, an economically visible water highway between St. Martin, Sable, St. Eustatius, and surrounding islands can be tested quickly and easily. Resolved to underscore the desirability of establishing fast ferry connection between Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, respectively between St. Martin, Sable, and St. Eustatius, surrounding islands. And goes over to the order of the day. Copies to be sent to the First and Second Chamber of the Netherlands, Parliament of Aruba, Parliament of Curacao, Government of St. Martin, Government of the Netherlands, the Government of Aruba, and the Government of Curacao. Madam Chair, the second motion reads as follows. The Parliament of St. Martin, in its public meeting of today, Wednesday, January 27, 2016, considering that in accordance with Article 38, Paragraph 1 of the Kingdom Charter, hereafter, Charter, the countries of the Kingdom can make mutual agreements that till the dismantling of the Netherlands Antilles on October 10, 2010, a mutual cooperation agreement was applicable between the Netherlands Antilles and Aruba, where matters of cooperation were regulated. That aforementioned mutual cooperation agreement provided a ministerial cooperation council. That despite the fact that meetings and cooperation takes place between the countries, Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin, a more formal basis for the ministerial cooperation is desirable. That the current developments in the area of justice, energy, and transportation make a structural ministerial cooperation between the country necessary. Resolves, a respective Parliament of Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin will call upon their government to ascertain as soon as possible in which manner shape can be given to a formal and structural platform for the ministerial cooperation between the three countries, and goes over to the order of the day. Copies to be sent to First and Second Chamber of the Netherlands, Parliament of Aruba, Parliament of Curacao, Government of St. Martin, Government of the Netherlands, Government of Aruba, and Government of Curacao. The third motion reads as follows. The Parliament of St. Martin in its public meeting of today, Wednesday, January 27, 2016, considering that through a preliminary ruling clarity can be obtained faster on how a higher court looks at one or more questions of law, which is favorable for legal certainty and investment climate and results in saving costs. That posing preliminary questions in tax cases is expected to be possible soon in the European part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, see taking number 34305. That there is also a proposal pending to amend the Kingdom law on cassation for Aruba, Curacao, St. Martin, and Bonaire stations able to expand the possibility of asking preliminary questions in civil cases, TK number 34 to 37 R2024, with a relatively simple change of the aforementioned Kingdom law. The preliminary procedure in tax cases can be introduced at an amendment that has been drafted to include such a preliminary procedure in tax cases, possibly with delayed entry into force. Resolves 1, to support the scope of the aforementioned amendment. 2, that amongst the parliaments, one or more special delegates can be sent for the handling and submission of a draft amendment with the aforementioned scope, and goes over to the order of the day. Copies will be sent to the First and Second Chamber of the Netherlands, Parliament of Aruba, the Parliament of Curacao, Government of St. Martin, Government of the Netherlands, Government of Aruba, and the Government of Curacao. The final motion reads, Madam Chair, the Parliament of St. Martin is public meeting of today, Wednesday, January 27, 2016, considering that by the means of the pending proposal of Kingdom law known under the serial number TK 33852 R2023 to amend Kingdom law and nationality, the naturalization period will be extended from 5 to 7 years. That extension of the aforementioned period to 7 years is necessary according to the elucidation to ensure that someone has a connection with the countries of the Kingdom. That requirements of a double language test based on Article 8, Paragraph 1 under D, Rijkswet Nielsen Taylor, nationality, is only applicable to persons seeking naturalization in Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin, and the public entities Bonaire Station Sable. That the aforementioned double language test is regarded in legal literature as in contravention with, among others, the principle of equality, and since introduction in relevant jurisdictions is experienced by persons seeking naturalization as such. Reported fact has been repeatedly brought forward by several members of the delegations of the relevant jurisdictions during the IPCO. So after the expiration of the proposed longer term of 7 years, a sufficient degree of connection to society can be assumed. There's a reason to criticize the said dual language test as superfluous or obsolete. That the motion of Special Delegate Sulvarang, as adopted by the States General, Chamber of Documents 2009-10, 322-13, 1903, carries a recognition of equal basis of Papiamentu and English in Kingdom laws. That in the report of the Committee of Evaluation Judicial Kingdom Law, reference is made to the language barrier. That an amendment has been drafted, see attachment, that aims to cancel the requirement of a double language test. Resolves to support the scope of the aforementioned amendment. Secondly, that amongst the parliaments, one or more special delegates can be sent for the handling and submission of a draft amendment with aforementioned scope. And goes over to the order of the day. Copies to be sent to the first and second chamber of the Netherlands, the Parliament of Aruba, the Parliament of Curaçao, the Government of St. Martin, the Government of the Netherlands, Government of Aruba, and the Government of Curaçao.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
In my opinion, everything is perfect and you would be great for the job. But I see here that there's a 2-year gap in your resume. What did you do?
I was hospitalized for mental illness.
Oh, mental illness?
I've undergone treatment and I have a wonderful family that supports me.
Well, that is good news.
No, it's fine. I'm recovered.
We'll contact you, okay?
For a better understanding of mental health and what you can do to stop mental health stigma, please go to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.